Hello, this is the Red Bear again, recording on the Kind Master, Fallout 76. There's a little exploit. I'm sure a lot of people have thought of this already, but I figured I'd make a video on it. It's pretty much infinite storage, so long as you have a buddy that you trust. Both to me are pretty tight, so I trust him enough to do this with him. If you got somebody who's sketchy though, don't do this. It won't end well for you, trust me. You might be able to do a little bit of this with like a chest on the ground, but you gotta have a buddy to return to that world specifically, because if it's a different world you'll lose that stuff forever. But essentially I'm gonna be giving him my stuff, and at this point I thought he'd have to get in the suits and pick them up himself and then drop them back out for me to get in with my other character. You don't have to do that. Since I'm rejoining his world right where he is, all these suits will still be there when I get done. So right now I'm just waiting for him. I told him only 3, but he did 6. Actually, he might have done 8. I don't even know. But what I'm going to do, and I'm going to leave all of this in so that you know it's legit, you can see all the items, and later on I'll get all those items back, and you can, well, all but one, because I owed him a full suit of T-51 armor, so he took the chest piece and kept it. I'll make another video on that. Essentially he had a glitch where he placed with a set of Tricentennial T-51 armor, and it glitched. He couldn't pick it back up. He couldn't take the armor out. I ran up to it. I was curious. I was like, hey, do you think I could take this? And he's like, I don't know, try it. I grabbed the T-51 Tricentennial armor. I don't have that bot, so I have a full set of T-51 Tricentennial level 30 armor without paying the extra 15 bucks for it. I can't make it, I can't even drop it. I can place it and I can wear it when I'm a level 30. I'm a level 29 now, 25 in this video, or somewhere around there, like 26. So in this video I couldn't even wear it. Oh, that's Cleo. Yep. Yeah, she should be fine. As long as she doesn't scream at the top of her lungs like she likes to do. Rip headphones if that happens, or I'll just scrap that section of audio. And walks away, they're still screaming. But essentially I didn't want to charge him anything for this because he's going to give it right back anyways. And it's just a whole bunch of power armor, because that's what I wanted out of my inventory at the time. You could do this with anything as long as you can trade it or drop it for somebody. So like stuff that you buy in the Atom shop, you can't do this with, because if you drop it, it's destroyed and you can't trade it. So the Tricentennial armor, I'm not supposed to have. You can't drop it, you can't trade it. I tried to give it back to him. There's no way for me to give it back to him as of yet. I'm still doing some experiments, but I don't want to lose the armor, so I'm not going to be like dropping it and seeing if he can take it kind of stuff, because it'll destroy it. And a little advice: if you're going to do this on somebody, tell them to wait until you have everything set to 0 in the trade before they start spamming the buy option, because it, for one, makes it laggy to where it's hard to actually set it up to where they can actually grab it. Because I'm sure you noticed a few times where I tried to set the 0 and it switched to a different piece of armor that I was originally on. That's because he was moving my inventory by taking stuff out. We figured this out later. I knew it at this point, but he was doing his thing, and I figured he's helping me, let him do his thing. But we figured out later when I was getting it back, wait until they're all at 0 and then do it. Because I'm sure you notice it pop up in the upper left, trade failed, because it got super laggy. This is hundreds and hundreds of pounds of gear being switched. At the end, I think it was like 690 pounds shed for my character at this point. You saying hi, Cleo? Oh, that was loud. Sorry. I'm actually talking louder because the bar only went up to there with her, but it went up to there. Nope,
Sorry,
up there
guys.
when I'm talking. What was I doing right here? I think I was talking to him. And I'm just pretty much showing that there's none of it left in my inventory right here. And here's where I exit out. Or I'm about to exit out. What am I doing? Yep, go down to quit. I was making sure it's saved, I think. Because it takes a few seconds for stuff to save, and I wanted it to fully save. Loading screen. I edited most of the loading screens out. 4 minutes of loading screen in a 20-minute video, and that's not even all. Like the recording stopped through some of the things on its own, because you can only record up to 10 minutes at a time. And here we are back with my level 2 character, which she saw me select, I believe. It looks the same, but trust me, it's not. He was supposed to be a replacement for my previous one, because I thought like the in-game name would be changed if I changed the character name. It doesn't work, so I scrapped that idea and just left him be. But he came in handy with this one. So then I had to create another character, and I had this guy. So here's where I run back up the boats, and you'll see he hesitates, because I go to trade with him, and he like backs up. Yeah. Well, I guess he doesn't back up, but he doesn't initiate trade with me because he's looking at my character saying, really? That's the same layout. And I'll show it here in a few seconds. Oh, that's where he backed out. Yeah. Looks exactly the same, but they have different eyes because they're the different base characters that I changed to look exactly the same. With scars, beard, and hair anyways. And you could not trade those. The power armor chassis, it showed it in his inventory. I could request it, but I couldn't trade it. Like, he couldn't see that I was requesting it at all. I left some of them requested in the end just to see if he could find them once all the armor was gone. But essentially this is me just scrolling up and down, waiting for him to get through, and telling him that if he's not going to repair their regenerating metal armor, I want it. that would be an epic thing to have, I think. Or a legendary thing. That's horrible. He was just waiting for the materials to repair it, though. He'd recently had a glitch in this game that almost made him rage quit for a long time. Like, his Wi-Fi went out or something when he was trying to level up, and when he came back into the game, it gave him a perk card. He didn't get to choose, it gave him one. And it was one that he'd already had maxed out, so now he has an extra perk card that's completely worthless to him. And that's one level gone that he'll never get back, and he's pissed about it. A little bit salty, but he's still a hardcore fan, so he's playing. I told him it's going to take 3 or 4 characters to get one that you like anyways, because the way that the card system's set up, I don't like it. But it's a game and it's playable, so hell, I beat Diablo like 20 times, so I can beat this game 20 times just to get a good character. Can you hear that scratching? I hope you can't. Leo's trying to climb my back right now. Let's see. I think he's done, so I'm going to start spamming A to pick all this stuff up. Trying to anyways. As I said, it lags if you spam A, so you gotta slow down a little bit here and there. I'm not sure if we'll show in the video, but like the helmet even stopped spinning. And that's why I'm going down, because I'm like gonna start at a different section, figuring that that might help it like load and adjust and stuff. And you'll see he's keeping the T-51 armor. I still own the full set. Sorry about that, dude. But I have Tricentennial armor. I'm sure I could change it from Tricentennial and give it back to him in the power armor station, but I kind of want to keep the Tricentennial armor, at least until Bethesda catches it and takes it from me. Speaking of which, if this gets to Bethesda, don't blame him for anything. It was all my idea. He's innocent. He's just a bystander. Literally, before we started doing this, he had no idea what I was doing by doing all this. I didn't explain any of it to him until afterwards. So he's innocent. He's just a friendly guy. I'm sure this exploit might be patched or something, or they'll just leave it in because people are complaining about storage anyways, so this gives them something to do in the meantime while Bethesda twiddles their thumbs and gets out all the other kinks. As I said, I'd rather have a playable game than anything else. I mean, the storage is fine right now. It's very small for a Bethesda game. Like 400 pounds plus whatever you can carry. That ain't nothing. That ain't nothing at all. That can barely hold all this power armor. Well, actually it can't unless it's on the power armor suits, which I hope Bethesda doesn't patch that, because the 10-pound suits, even if they're full suits, that saves the damn game. Otherwise you'd have like one suit and probably nobody would actually use their power armor, or they'd be constantly wearing it. Either one. Either they want to have it or they'd be constantly wearing it if it weighed all those hundreds of pounds in your inventory. Oh, maybe not all those hundreds, but it's at least 100 pounds of armor. Oh, I didn't realize how long this took, this process, but hey, that's proof of concept. Yeah, I really like T60 armor. I'm missing the left arm. That is the only thing I have. And if you notice, I have like 4 or 5 right arms. No left arm. Not one. I've probably got 2 full sets by now. Maybe. I'm not sure. Don't quote me on that. But no left arm. Alright, 4 right arms. That's how many I have. I'm sure you guys already know how farming power armor works. Go to different worlds and find different, or to the spawn, go to the spawn points, go to different worlds. There's a couple different. As soon as I find the XO1 spawn point, I'm farming that. Of course, I think it's a mission, so I don't think you can do that, unfortunately. Did that actually record me coughing? I turned off the mic. I'm sorry. Rip headphones. And this is where it got so laggy that I had to time it right, like whenever the armor was moving, I had to click a button. Otherwise, it wouldn't load. So as you see, I can't even scroll down right now. And it's stuck. Alright. And all the stuff is done. This is just me looking and scanning through and making sure everything's alright. Talking to him, saying stuff and things. Yep, quick scan and back out. And this is where I realized I could have just done this and gotten the power armor myself, and he could have saved that excruciating time of getting in those 6 power armor frames. And this is where the clip ends here in a few seconds. like a minute, 56, yeah, not a minute, but 56, but like 56 seconds. And it's just me getting in and out of the power frames, picking them up. I wasn't actually intending to save all of them, but like if somebody wants one, I have them. And that's why I have them. Because I'll only ever like use 3 or 4, maybe 5. Which is why I said only do 3 or 5. That's what I told him, and he got like 6 or 8. But it's just me saving them all. And the end of the video is in 26 seconds. So wrap things up. This is an unlimited weight. At the end of it, 690 pounds. So please share, like, and subscribe if you want to. It's a free world.